Okay. For this one guys, for number 36, ito medyo maraming nagtanong dito. Parang hindi natin siya na-cover before. So for number 36, basically, ganito lang yan. A car whose wheels are 30 cm in radius. Bibilog tayo. Okay. Okay, yan daw yung car natin. Yung the wheel ng car natin, ang radius is equal to 30 cm. Okay, 30 cm. Okay, with velocity of 110 kph. If it is decelerated at a constant rate of 2 meter per second, how many complete revolution does it make before it comes to rest? Ibig sabihin daw, gaano daw karami yung inikot niya. So, ibig sabihin, if this is the reference point mo sa gulong na yan, gaano kadami ikot na ginawa niya hanggang makarating siya doon sa kanyang destination. So, if that's the case, guys, ganito lang yan. So, i-convert mo siguro natin yung velocity, which is 110 kilometer per hour. Again guys, in 1 kilometer there is 1,000 meter, and then for 1 hour you have 3,600 seconds. So cancellation of units, basically you'll get 30.556 meters per second. And the next thing we're going to do is to convert din siguro yung radius. Kasi naka-cm, so gawin natin meter. Radius is 30 centimeter. Okay, in every 1 meter, we have 100 centimeter. Cancel. This will be 0.3 meters. Okay. Ngayon guys, bakit kailangan natin kunin distance? So bakit? O sige. By rectilinear kinematics, we have the formula, the Vf square is equal to Vo square plus 2As. Tama. And then guys, yung Vf natin dito is equal to 0 kasi stop yan. Ang destination natin is magi-stop. At may acceleration tayo na negative 2 meter per second square. We decelerated at a rate of 2 meter per second square. So, Vf natin, this will cancel, magi-0. The initial velocity, itong given natin na to, okay, tumatakbo siya ng initial velocity 30.556, so this will be 30.556. So ang mangyayari, 0 is equal to 30.556 square plus 2 negative 2s. Ang s na makukuha natin dito is simply we have 233.417. So 233.417 meters. Okay? Meters. Ngayon guys, in a large scale, for example, ito yung 233 meter natin. This will be 233.417 meters. Okay? Nagkakaintindihan ba? Ngayon, kung titingnan nyo, di ba bilog yung gulong natin? Bilog. Di ba bilog yung gulong natin? For example, acceleration ng this is bilog. Okay? Ngayon, ilang ikot daw? Ibig sabihin, we need to consider this one. Yung circumference niya. Okay? Paano yun? Kasi diba kung ilalatag mo, for example, ang gulong mo, okay, pagkabuo yan, ayan yan. Okay? And then this guy, itong part na to, diba ayan, yan yung length nung pinakalabas nung ano mo, is the circumference. Tama? This is your gulong. Yung length na to, yung length ng buo na yan, kapag kasinolve mo yan, is circumference ang tawag. Hindi ba pag pinutol mo yung gulong dyan at nilatag mo siya, hindi ba guys, that this is also your C. Tama? Ngayon, ang tinatanong sa atin, is nakailang complete revolution siya. Ibig sabihin, in one complete revolution, kailangan na-cover mo na yung buong circumference na to. Kumbaga, para lang ma-conceptualize nyo, ilang circumference ngayon yung papasok hanggang makarating ka dun sa dulo. Tama? Dito guys, ibig sabihin, nakaisang ikot na yung gulong mo dito, dito nakaisang ikot na yung gulong mo dito. Kasi nga, di ba, yung pagitan na to, yung labas na to is your circumference, this is your circumference, kaya nakaikot ka na. Okay? Ngayon, kung ganun pala gagawin, ibig sabihin pala, para makuha mo kung ilang total revolutions yun, basically, ang mangyayari lang sa atin dito is the number of revolutions is basically equal to to the total distance traveled over the circumference. Okay? This is, may taho pa, ano? Ayan mo siya. Kahanap buhay siya eh. Okay? By the way guys, yung S natin kasi dito is the total distance covered na nasolve natin na 233.417. Ngayon, circumference na lang wala. The formula for circumference ng circle is equal to 2 pi r. So, ibig sabihin, yung number of rebo is basically equal to 233.417 meter multiplied by 2 pi. Ang radius natin is 0.3 meters. So, number ng rebo natin is simply equal to 123 complete revolutions. 123 revolutions. So, yan yun yung magiging answer natin for this one. Okay, so meron na tayong sagot. We have 1, 2, 3 rev. Okay, for number 37 naman, for number 37, okay, a wheel has a constant angular acceleration. Ang angular acceleration natin is denoted by the alpha, 3 rad per second, okay, per second square. In a 4-second interval, it turns through an angle of 120 radians. So, ibig sabihin, you have your theta 2 is equal to, you have your theta 2 is equal to 120 rads. From rest yan, so yung theta 1 mo dito is equal to 0 rads. Radians yan, rads or radians. Assuming the wheel started from rest, how long it had been in motion from the start of the 4-second interval. Ibig sabihin, gano'n na daw siya katagal tumatakbo bago mo pa siya i-observe. Okay? So, if that's the case, ibig sabihin yung delta theta mo is equal to 100. Basically, this is 120 minus 0. So, your delta theta is equal to 120 rads. Now, guys, if you're going to get the, can we say that at initially ang position mo is eto, no? Initially, ayan, initially nasa theta 1 ka. Okay? So, pagka ang ginamit mo dito at initial position mo where theta is equal to 1, can you say that yung angular velocity mo initially, okay, multiplied by time plus 1/2 alpha t square, di ba from rest yan, and then 0. Nagkakaintindihan? And then guys, for sa 2 naman, okay, basically, yung initial position mo naman dito, for consideration number 2, okay, 1/2 alpha t square, basically guys, kung papansinin nyo, okay, teka lang. As a wheel has a constant angular acceleration of 3 rad per second square in a 4-second interval, it turns through an angle of 120 radians. Assuming the wheel started from rest, how long it had been in motion from the start of the 4-second interval. So, kung titingnan nyo din mabuti, for your, for this condition naman, 0 din yan. Okay? Kasi, tingnan nyo mo. Sige, burahin natin muna. Okay, sa general formula natin, pagka theta natin, which is parang position lang to, okay, we have the initial angular velocity, t, okay, plus 1/2 a t square. Okay, and then ito nga, from rest, 0 yan. So, ibig sabihin, at this condition, you have theta 1 and then theta 2, okay, you have 1/2 alpha t1 square and 1/2 alpha t2 square. And guys, 4-second interval daw yung atin dito. So, we have 4-second interval, t2 minus t1 is equal to 4. Or diba, basically, this is your delta t is equal to 4. And now guys, t2 minus t1 is equal to 4. Okay? can you say, di ba, T2 minus T1 is equal to 4? Can we say that T2 is equal to T1 plus 4? So actually, pwede. Now guys, T2 is ayan. Now guys, di ba, we know that the delta theta is equal to theta 1 minus, theta 1 minus, theta 2 minus the theta 1. Okay, di ba guys, ang delta theta natin, nagkaroon siya ng change in angular position ng 120 rad. So therefore, this is 120. And then ngayon naman, gagamitin natin yung 1/2 angular acceleration T1 square, okay? T2 square yan. T2 square minus 1/2 angular acceleration of T1 square. So 120 is equal to 1/2 ang angular acceleration natin dito, 3 rad per second square. T2 natin is magiging T1 minus 4. Ito, T2 is equal to T1 plus 4 pala, sorry. T1 plus 4 minus 1/2 3 T1 square. So, ibig sabihin, T1 natin, this will be equal to 8 seconds. 8 seconds. Okay? Ibig sabihin lang natin guys, from this position, from the first point of observation, 120 rads yung naitakbo niya. So, this is your delta theta. Tama? Ngayon naman, from that point of observation, not necessarily kasi na time is equals to 8. Ibig sabihin, ibig lang nitong sabihin sa 4 second interval papunta doon, okay, this is 4 second interval, hanggang makarating ka dito, nag-start ka at t is equal to 8, doon nag-start yung observation mo. So, plus 4 at the end, when time is equal to 12 seconds, doon naman nag-stop yung motion mo. So, that's for so, ang sagot natin dito is not 12, rather 8 seconds. Kung ano daw yung time kung saan ka nagsimula. Diba T1 minus T2 yan. Next naman is we have this one. For 38, this notation represents the first type derivative. Okay. Diba guys that we have ito. Diba S dot is the first, the V dot or the S dot. Okay, sorry. Diba? So, for example, we have x. Okay, and then pagka x dot, this is the first derivative of the function of x. For the x double dot, siya naman guys, in the second derivative, which is the acceleration. So, for the first time derivative, that yung ginagamit natin. Okay? The velocity always acts blank to the path of motion. Okay guys, makinig mabuti. Di ba nga, if we have the angular acceleration, for example, this one, and then pinroject mo to. Ayan. Di ba guys, that this is your velocity. This is your velocity. Nagkakaintindihan, that's your velocity. And, andyan din yung tangential acceleration mo. So, ibig sabihin, always acts tangent to the path. Path or curve. Next is, eto na tayo. Okay, this, for number, For number 40. Okay, for number 39. Yari na tayo ng 39, so number 14 tayo. Okay. Nakakapagod For number 40 to 41, sabi dyan, when the motorcyclist is at A, he increases his speed along the vertical circular path at rate of v prime is equal to 0.4 s feet per second square, where s is in feet. If he starts at VA is equal to 2 feet per second, where s is equal to 0 at A. Ngayon guys, ganito lang yan. Isa-isahin natin. Ang v prime natin dito guys is the acceleration, or basically the v dot. Sabihin natin acceleration na lang. Okay? Is equal to 0.04 s. Okay? Feet per second square. Okay? Ang initial velocity natin when in-observe na natin na nandito sa A yan, nandito siya sa A, at tandyan siya sa A, your VI is equal to, 2 feet per second, or VA. Let's say VA. Okay, VA or VI, initial velocity. Now guys, VI yun yung VA kasi dito is the initial velocity. Starts, if he starts VA, okay, ibig sabihin this is also your initial velocity. Okay, 2 feet per second. Now guys, we all know that A is equal to dV over ds. Tama? So ibig sabihin, multiply mo both sides kasi ang acceleration natin is a function of naka-function of position tayo. So basically, you can say that dV is equal to A ds. Tama ba? And then integrating both sides na naman tayo dito. Sabi sa atin, when initially, ang velocity natin is 2, ang hinahanap sa atin, determine the magnitude of velocity when he reaches B. Ibig sabihin lang neto guys that ADS. Wag muna ganyan. So, dV muna is equal to, i-input muna natin yung function ng A, 0.04 S ds. So, tsaka pa lang tayo naglagay ng ganito. So, at initially, 2 siya. And then, ano yung velocity niya after a certain position change. So, nag-start tayo initially from rest, which is at A. So, 0 to. Ngayon, ang hinahanap sa atin dito basically is yung function or yung position niya at S. I mean, ano na daw yung velocity niya pagdating sa position na yun. Which is mamaya natin malalaman kung paano ba yung position na sinasabi dito. Can we say that kapag nag-differentiate tayo, this is V square over 2 and then ang lower limit to V. Okay? And then ito namang isa is basically 0.04. Mayroon yan 0.04 S square over 2. Ang upper limit neto will be 0 and S. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, this will be V square over 2 minus 2 square over 2 is equal to 0.04 over 2 is 0.02. Okay? S square minus 0. So, simplifying guys, we'll get V square. I think 2 square. Ang mangyari dito is V square over 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 minus 2. Siguro. Minus, wait lang. Simplifying or simply, ano nyo na siya. We can say that 2 times 2 raised to 2 is 4. 4 divided 2 is 2. So, mangyayari yun V squared over 2 minus 2 is equal to 0.02 S squared. Okay, ilipat mo yung 2 doon. So, mangyayari V squared over 2 is equal to 0.02 S squared plus 2. Tama ba? S squared plus 2 kasi naka-minus siya. So, ibig sabihin, wait lang. Okay. And then, ibig sabihin lang nun, okay. Ibig sabihin lang nun, makukuha na natin that V is equal to square root ng 0.04 S. Teka lang. Wait lang. 0.04. Wait lang. Wait nga lang. I'll be back. Wait lang. So, ibig sabihin, we have, wait lang, square ng 0.04, 100. May check lang ako. Okay. So, ibig sabihin lang nun, multiply natin both sides with 2. mga cancel. So therefore, this will be v square is equal to 0.04 s square plus 4. So v is equal to, basically, it is square root ng 0.04 s plus 4. Ngayon guys, ito na equation natin naka in terms of s. Ano ngayon yung gagamitin natin as s dito? Kung mapansin nyo, this is a curvilinear motion with degree dito. Yes sir, paano yun? Wala tayong change in position, wala tayong, hindi natin alam kung ano yung narating niya from point A papunta dito. If that's the case guys, ito nga sinasabi ko sa inyo, dapat strong talaga yung foundation nyo ng mga mathematics, ng mga ng mga preliminary or mga fundamental mathematics. Okay? So kung mapapansin nyo, ano shape to? Kasi di ba from A, ang hinahanap natin is the distance or the curved distance mula dito papunta dito. If this is 60 degrees, okay, gamitan nga natin siya ng formula ng sector. Okay? For sector formula, hindi ba guys, we can say that, di ba guys, ang sector formula natin is yung S na to, this one, ipupunta dito, okay, is simply equal to R theta. So, ang S natin dito is basically, ano yan is basically theta in rad. Theta in rad. Okay? Ngayon, kung ganun pala, yung 60 degrees natin, i-convert pa natin yan in radian. So, this is what, in every 180 degrees, you have pi, tama? Basically, makukuha mo dito for your theta is equal to 1/3 ng pi. So, ibig sabihin, yung S natin is 300 multiplied by 1/3 ng pi. So, ang S natin dito is equal to 100 pi. So, ayan yung S natin. And then, ipa-plug in lang natin to dito, guys. Your V is equal to square root ng 0.04 100 pi plus 4. The velocity is equal to 62.8 feet per second. 62.8 feet per second. Ayan na yung sagot natin. Nakuha ba siya? Meron ba siya? 62.9 o okay? Nearest possible answer, siya na yun. And determine the initial acceleration daw. Ngayon, okay, at S is equal to 0, okay, di ba? Determine the initial acceleration. So, at S is equal to 0, tingnan mo mabuti. At S is equal to, this is for number 41, at S is equal to 0, okay, you have the tangential acceleration, okay, you have the tangential acceleration, yung initial tangential acceleration niya is 0.04 s. Okay, si tangential acceleration mo 0.04 s. Di ba ayan yung ano, hindi ba guys, ayan yung iyong ano tawag dito? Hindi ba yan ang iyong ano tawag dito? Hindi ba ayan ang iyong function for the acceleration? Since linear nga siya, tangential acceleration yung kino-consider natin, at S is equal to 0, therefore yung 80 mo is equal to 0. And how about guys, doon sa may AN mo naman? Ibig sabihin, ang nag-a-act lang sa'yo dito is your AN, di ba? Nag-a-act lang sa'yo dito is your AN. Okay, ibig sabihin, at this point, ang kino-consider natin. At this point, guys, yung kino-consider natin. Sa point na to. Sa point na to, doon natin kino-consider. Ayan yung kino-consider natin point. Kasi initial nga, di ba? So, meaning, at that point, at S equal to 0, yung function mo ng tangential acceleration is 0.04. Ang mag-a-act lang sa'yo dito is yung AN mo, which is equal to ano? To V over the radius of curvature. And di ba, ang initial velocity mo basically is what? Is V square and 2 square over the radius na 300 feet. Nagkakaintindihan? So, ang tangential acceleration mo dito is 0.0133 meter per second. Kung kukunin mo yung magnitude ng acceleration niyan, given na 80 square plus AN square, hindi ba 0 to? Eh di ang AN mo ngayon is equal lang to A is equal to 0.0133 meter per second. Basically, ang magiging sagot dito is 0.133 meter per second. Pero may additional ako sa inyong gustong ipagawa. How about if yung S naman natin, 'di ba? This is 'di ba guys, mula dito naman papunta dito, 'di ba yan yung 100 pi? Yan yung linear ay yung curve distance natin na 100 pi. Ibig sabihin lang nun, hindi na for dating natin ng final, ang final acceleration natin. So this is initial. Kasi dun tayo sa initial kumuha. For final naman, ibig sabihin nasa dito na tayo sa point B, 'di ba? Point B yan. Kung nasa final na tayo, ibig sabihin yung 80 natin is equal to 0.04s, where s natin dito is 100 pi. So it is equals to 4 pi. And then yung an natin dito is we should use the final velocity na nag-get natin kanina. Yung velocity natin dito at B is equal to 62.8. Ang velocity kasi natin dito at A initially is 2 feet per second. Ngayon, ibig sabihin, ang kailangan pa natin gamitin dito is the 62.8. So, 62.8 square over the radius of curvature natin na 300, this will yield an answer of 13.146. Ngayon, kung kukuha tayo ng magnitude ng acceleration sa final, we have 13.146 square plus the 80 natin na 4 pi square. Ang A natin, this will yield the value of 14.57 meter per second square. So, ito nga yung magiging final acceleration natin to consider. Okay? So, that's for number 41. Ngayon guys, for number 42, alam ko mga conceptual ito. Hindi. For number 42, okay, for number 42 lang. For number 42, a race car C travels around the horizontal circular track that has a radius of 300 feet. If a car increases its speed at a constant rate of 80, okay, constant rate, ibig sabihin yun yung tangential acceleration natin, 7 feet per second square from rest. Determine the time needed for it to reach an acceleration A is equal to 8 feet per second square. Napakadali lang nito. Basically, your 80, okay, is equal to, V over time. Okay, ibig sabihin, kasi diba, bakit natin kinequate? By the way guys, ang pwede mo lang velocity over time dyan is the linear velocity over time is your angular or is your tangential acceleration. So 7 is equal to Vt. Okay? So yung V mo ngayon, you can represent this as 7t. 7t 7 as in letter T. And for an naman, for acceleration A, di ba alam natin that this is 80 square plus an square. Okay? Or yung A natin is simply equal to 80 square plus V square over rho square. Okay, so ibig sabihin yung A natin na ulit dito is until ma-reach niya yung 8 feet per second, you have the tangential acceleration of 7 square plus ang V natin is i-represent natin in terms of time na 7, quantity 7t square over 300 square. Ngayon, ang lalilitan sagot natin dito, this will be 4.9 seconds. Meron ba sa question? Meron ba doon? Meron doon. So, 4.9 or 4.87 seconds. Okay, to end this part naman, okay, so ito pala guys is wrong question to, according to, naka letter E ito. Okay, so may inconsistency sa problem na yan. Let's proceed. For number 45, the momentum of moving object. By the way, itong naka letter E to, as in naka letter E siya. So, yun. And then for number 45 naman, the momentum of a moving object is the product of its mass, and velocity. Newton's second law of motion says that the rate of change of momentum with respect to time is called force. Okay? Kasi ang impulse natin, we have the formula for impulse I is equal to Fc T2 minus T1. If we're going to get the rate of change in momentum with respect to time, T2 minus T1, yun ay tinatawag natin as force. Okay? And, wala na ba? Okay. And then, yun na. Okay.